Hello, I'm here with Daphne. I'm glad that you are here with us, able to come along with the journey of a wild BLM burro. Daphne here. I've gentled her already. The only part of gentling I haven't done is teach her how to get in a horse trailer yet, but she picks up her feet, lets me brush her, and now she's had some time off while I was working with some new ones. What we're going to do today is start on her training. Again, I'm glad that you're here with us to start on this. Today, when I brought her into the barn, I brushed her and we're working on just clearing her fronts, learning for her to learn how to move her feet when I've asked. And so we're going to keep working on this. Here I'm offering her, I'm letting her know what I want, and she says, I don't know what that means. There, good girl. The goal is that she moves the front foot that I'm standing by. She kind of gets up onto her back legs, more weight on her back legs, and then moves that foot that I'm by back and out a tad. Again, she doesn't know this yet, so we're just starting off, helping her understand what I've asked. So I got my arm out here, letting her know, good job. Again, I'm going to do it again. So I have my hand out, my shoulders next to her head, and she doesn't know what I want yet, so I'm going to bring my flag up by her neck, and then I'm going to walk forward with her as I help her learn and understand what I want. We're just doing baby steps right now as she learns. Because she's licking and chewing, she's starting to take in her lesson there. It's important for donkeys that they get time, for all of them, horses, mules, and donkeys, that they get time to take in their lessons. The difference with the donkey is when they feel overwhelmed, they will often go into freeze mode where they just won't work. They won't move at all. So my goal is to help her become comfortable with what I'm asking without overwhelming her. Right now I'm letting her be because she's still licking and chewing, taking in her lesson. There we go. I'm going to walk up, put my shoulder by her head. Now she's already walking back, but I haven't asked yet. So I'm going to wait for her to calm again. I'm putting my hand back here. This is saying, hey, I want you to move your foot closest to me. She doesn't know. I'll bring up my flag. And there she did it. She had an extra step, and that's okay. We'll keep working on that to help her get better. I'm going to go again. My shoulder by her head. My hand is straight out, letting her know I want her to move that foot closest to me. She says, I don't know what that means. Now I'm going to come in. There we go. Another extra step, but that's okay. We'll keep working on it. You can go honk. Now we're going to do this side. Again, my head by her shoulder. Pardon me, I said it wrong. My shoulder by her head. I'm putting my arm out so she knows what I want. And she says, I don't know what that means. There, we got it. Good. Here we'll ask again. I think she was kind of anticipating more than following instructions there. The hair, that was really good. Good job. Good girl. Now sometimes when they're having their soak time, they might come up to you and want to be petted, and you can, of course, pet them. But if you're noticing that they're leaning their head away from you, they're telling you that they're not comfortable with that. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just sit and let them be not touching them or talking to them at all. And sometimes, like her right now, Daphne, she's kind of asking for attention. Do you see how she's moving her head towards my arm? She's saying, hey, will you give me some love? And of course, I'm going to give you some love. Okay, so she's had a little bit of a break. I'm going to go ahead and ask her again. Now, when I'm moving my flag around me, guys, I just try to be really calm about it. She is nervous about the flag, but that's going to be in my favor right now. So I'm going to get my shoulder by her head, put my arm straight back, and she doesn't know what I want. So now I'm going to put my flag up and come forward. There, she did it. When she does that, I'll just move myself out of her space a little bit to give her relief. Okay, so I'm going to ask again, and there's a four-wheeler coming, so she's a little distracted. Wrong direction. You're still, let's go this way. There you go. Okay, so we've done multiple reps of this, and I'm not waiting for her to be perfect before I move on. I want to help her get a general understanding, and then we're going to start working on some centered circles. But first, I'm going to give her a break. That was a really good one. I'm going to give her the break on that one because that was really good job that she did. Okay, now Daphne has had a break, and we're going to work on doing centered circles. And again, she doesn't know this stuff. It's the first time. So I'm going to start off asking her to clear the front. So I got my shoulder by her head. There she went, and now I'm going to ask her to walk. Now my goal, and she doesn't know this at all, so I might have to get a little bit firmer with her. You could do it, good girl. Walk, walk, good girl. Okay, so this is the first time asking for this. Okay, see if I can get us better in the camera view. Okay, now I need to keep my belly button close to facing her cross. And if I can do that, the better I can do that, the better we're going to have a circle. Walk. Sometimes my flag goes forward towards her shoulder because she's trying to walk into me. Okay, so you can see she's pretty nervous. Her body language says she's pretty nervous. Walk. You can see how she's kind of stepping out quickly. She doesn't want to stay with me. She wants to go towards the door or towards honk. And here I'm going to work on just one nice calm circle. And then my goal is when I stop, she stops. Right now her lips are pretty tight. She's licking and chewing. And when I say tight, her upper lip is sticking out further than her bottom lip. If they're relaxed, it'll be the opposite, where their bottom lip sticks out further than their upper lip. So I'm going to give her a second. She's just watching what else is happening in the barn. And right now I kind of want to let her come down from her nervousness. Hi, you. She's coming in for some love. And that's okay. Right now we're going to give her love. Right now we want her to know we're not going to eat her. And then we can start asking her to cope on her own. So right now you can see her lips are pretty flat. Okay, so she's starting to come down, aren't you? Are you starting to come down? Hi. So she's asking, she's turning her head into me. She's asking for love. And she says, oh, he's coming out with a saddle. That looks scary. Oh. Everything is so scary right now. She has big, giant eyes. Her eyes are really wide as she's watching what's happening. These are all things that are very important to watch for her body language. If I ask her to go do and perform right now when she's so nervous and worked up, she's going to have a really hard time asking or being able to do anything that I ask her to do. When I ask her questions, I want her to be able to say, yes, I can do that. So for right now, because she's still worked up, I'm going to go back to something she knows, which is the clearing the front. Okay, my shoulders by her head. My arm is out, and she says, I don't know what that means. There we go. Let's see if we can get a little bit of walking. Walk. Good, good, good. Okay, so I'm not pointed anywhere I need to be because she's moving around so much. Oh. Her lip again, her top lip is sticking out further than her bottom lip, so she's pretty worked up. I'm gonna try to keep her head, slightly turned towards me. Good girl. Oh, there. Walk. Good. Okay, we got a few steps with her being calm. I stopped my body language, but she says, I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna ask her again. And then I'm gonna offer it again. Okay. So when you guys first start this, our goal is to keep our belly button towards their cross. And sometimes it's not gonna look pretty when you're first starting. Okay, we'll see if she can take it. I'm gonna stop my body language. She says, nope, I gotta keep going. I'm gonna try to keep her head tilted towards me. Walk. Trying to keep her head tilted towards me. I'm not doing a good job yet of walking with my body language in the right spot, but I'm trying. Walk. Okay, we'll see if she can offer it. Oh, good girl. All right, guys, so what just happened there was I was trying to get her to do a few steps walking without pulling and to keep her head in a little bit towards me. And then the goal is when I stop walking, so does she. When I kind of go back on my heels, that she says, oh, your body language says I'm not being asked to do anything. And that's what I want her to recognize. Okay. Right now, she's turning her head into me. She's wanting some love. So I'm going to give that love to her. And now she's probably going to have a longer break because that was a pretty hard exercise for her. So I will turn off the camera and then come back after she has calmed down from this exercise more. And the reason we want to do that is it's really going to help them learn faster. If we try to push through, they'll just freeze up and they'll be afraid to be with you or afraid to do anything with you. But we want her to learn and to work through in her mind that when she walked nicely, I released that pressure. And she's still just learning all of this stuff. Very, very, very green, just barely not wild. But I think she's doing a great job. And she's just going to get better, guys. This is Daphne. So here I just want to show you guys her eyes. Do you see how they're kind of stiff, if you could call it that? I'm going to... No, any curiosity about her. Get it away. Get it away. So I'm going to wait for her to come down. I want her eyes to get soft. You can see how right now they look kind of worried. And her mouth, her top lip is sticking out further than her bottom lip, so she's still kind of nervous. You can kind of see her nostrils flaring while she's breathing. But yet she's a little bit curious. Dan's working on adjusting his saddle. She's a little curious. And you can see the breathing way back at the very back of where her stomach meets her back legs. You see how much her breathing is happening back there? It's another sign that she's nervous. So we're going to wait for all these signs to go away before we start working with her again.
Yeah. She's not a fan of being by the wall.
Honk isn't? Oh. You're not a fan of being by the wall? That's too scary. Okay, guys, we're back with Daphne, and we worked on centered circles, which was pretty scary. She's had a long break, and then we're going to ask for some more. We'll see if we can get them with her feeling a little bit calmer and better about it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is ask her to clear the front. Not much space though. All right. Trying to keep her out of my space and going forward. Walk. You're getting better at this. See, she'll recognize my body language and stop. Good job. She needs love and attention. Every donkey's going to be different.
She's a big fan of the Oochie Goochies.
She really is.
Yeah.
She likes Oochie Goochies. Of the last 4 that we brought home, she was the slowest to like accept touch and stuff when she was the most nervous. But as long as you went slow, you really earned her trust.
Her curiosity is almost as strong as her fear.
Yes. But what Dan means by that, or what that means is, nice work, is that even though she's afraid, right there, I just get in and out. I don't want to be in with my leg. Even though she's afraid, she'll still kind of sneak up and try to find out what's going on. She's been watching Honk get settled, and she's sneaking up to Honk and trying to figure out what's on her back, saying that looks awfully scary.
Yeah, her eyes got as big as saucers when I chucked that pad on Honk's back next to her.
Oh, you can do it. Yes, read my body language. So these 2 circles going one each direction was one round each direction, she was way more comfortable than the first round. That's good progress.
She's a quick study.
We'll do 2 more rounds each way. Keep your arms straight in front of you when you're getting them to walk. That way they're not walking over top of you. And you'll get my form much better now that she's calm. Otherwise you end up by sidestepping a ton instead of just walking forward. Girl. Walk. Put my arms straight in front of me because I don't want her to try to walk over top of me. Get some control again of where we're walking. Girl. Keep going. Forward movement going. Trying to keep her head tilted in towards me. And there she kind of came in. I'm having to sidestep more. Get her pushed back out. That's what she said. Good girl. She's licking and chewing. Right now her top lip is sticking out further than her bottom lip. Tells us that she's worked up and she's tense. She's still looking and chewing. She's blinking a bunch now. These are all signs to show that she's absorbing the lesson, which will make it go smoother the next time. Where are your lips at now? You're gonna block me so I can't see. pretty even now. I'm gonna go ahead and ask her again. There we go. Keep walking. Keep your arms straight out in front of you. Walk. And this is her first day of working on centered circles. Licking and chewing again. So she might not be very centered yet, but that's okay. We just have to help her understand what we're asking, and that centeredness and doing things super well will come with time and practice. Keep her head tilted towards me. Keep going. Get up this area. There we go. We don't want to just follow them all around the barn. We want to keep ourselves in kind of the same area. There, you're getting better now. Look at you. Look at you. Keep going. There, that's a lot better. Give her a break. I think we'll give her another. This is Wild Donkey Daphne. Back with Daphne, and we're going to work on clearing the fronts, circle, and then disengaging and stopping. This is her first day doing this work. She's still pretty afraid of the flag. That's okay. She'll keep working through it. Keeping your arm out to keep them from walking through you is a big deal. And keep their head tilted towards you a tad. If you guys remember watching when we first started doing circles, this here was super hard for her. She's definitely showing improvement. That was excellent, Daphne. She is a quick study. Okay, now I'm offering for her to clear the front. She says, I don't know what that means. There we go. And sometimes when they're not very centered, it's hard to keep your circle. So you might find yourself sidestepping more. The goal is to be able to walk just like this, just with them. That one was okay. It's a little bit harder on this side, huh? And the left side is a little bit harder. Offering for her to let me know what I want, but she says, I don't know that. So I'm going to get underneath my flag, give her a second. Keep my hand out in front so she doesn't walk over top of me. lip is starting to get, the top of her lip is over top of her bottom lip. It tells us that she's kind of worked up. I'm gonna ask for one more and then she's gonna have a break. You see she's fighting it a little bit more. All right, so now she's gonna have a break.